Alright, so today I am going to talk about the evolution of Tolkien's elves. Now, this goes back to early 20th century, post World War I, when he started creating his languages that he would give to the elves. And then, of course, we get to the Book of Lost Tales, which he wrote, after he served in the war. The elves at this time, and it's like this throughout all of his mythology, they look like we do. Maybe we're taller than they are, or they were taller than us, but they look like we did. They were just angelic. They were unfallen man. Now, originally, he would call them fairies and gnomes. Now, most people, when they hear fairies and gnomes, they think of, with fairies, they think of Tinkerbell from Peter Pan. Small wings, and they just fly around. And the gnomes, you get the little garden gnomes that people put out on their lawns. But that is not how Tolkien was using that. He was using fairies as they were originally conceived in a lot of European folklore and mythology as basically these angelic beings that look like we did. His elves, as you know, in his tales, when men start taking over, they begin to fade. The fading was originally conceived in the Book of Lost Tales. They would become what we normally think of when we think of fairies. That was their fading. Now, later on, when he changed fairies and gnomes to just elves, he kind of changed the conception of their fading a little bit. They do become spirits and, invisible to us. Those that remain behind, anyway. We know that they, of course, go to the Undying Lands, and, those, of course, who don't, they stay, they fade. Yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say on that, because there's not really much to say. That's just how they evolved over time. We do see in his later writings that he became more concerned with, elvish culture and, the nature of the elves and of time and, stuff like that. Stuff like what you see in the nature of Middle-earth. And I've always found his elves to be fascinating. Obviously, the main draw of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, it's the hobbits. Most people are going to want to see hobbits when they see anything related to, Lord of the Rings. That's why in the Rings of Power show, they're putting hobbits in there, even though they didn't do anything in the Second Age, no one knew about them, they were hidden. Nothing important to really say there. They never went on any adventures or did anything unexpected. Now, whether or not they do that in the show or not, we don't know. But I'm tired of hobbits, to be quite frank with you. I'm more concerned with the elves. I've always kind of been drawn towards Tolkien's elves, and that is where I tend to pay more attention. Reading the Silmarillion, Book of Lost Tales, the early drafts and the later drafts of the Silmarillion. And I love The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings is my favorite book, always will be. The Hobbit's it's a great creation of his. But that is not what I've been drawn to. And so I'm sick of seeing hobbits, and I would want to see an elf-centric show. Yeah, there will be humans in there, obviously. You don't need hobbits. They don't have to be in everything. But anyway, Yeah, elves have always been fascinating to me. Um, and I'm going to do more deep dives into their culture and Tolkien's mythology, hopefully in the future. That's why I can't wait to start doing live streams and do more in-depth looks into the stuff and hear from you. Um, I would like to hear from you in the comments if you have anything to say or to add to this constructively. And if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe, and I will keep giving this stuff to you if you are interested in it. Quite frankly, politics and what's going on, current events, stuff like that, it kind of does bore me. And it's just, we need some escapism once in a while, and I would like to provide that. Anyway, that is all for today. I will talk to you all later. Have a good day.